Hey all, welcome to the Learning Zone. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you the same topic, that is inertia. And what I have noticed is from the previous video, I could not get any answers from anyone. I think no one has watched it completely, but if you watch it completely, there is a question at the end of the video, and I really wanted the answer from many people, but it's okay. Let's continue the question in this video. Okay, so the topic is how Newton's first law of motion leads to the qualitative definition of force. That how it gives the qualitative definition of force. Okay, earlier I have mentioned the first law of motion, which is the body at rest or the body in uniform motion. Until and unless it is being under external force, it maintains its state, right? It maintains its state of rest and state of uniform motion unless and until it is compelled by an external force to change that state. So this was the first law of motion, nothing but the law of inertia. So maintaining the state is the law of inertia. The first law, what we can conclude is that force is an agency. Agency means what? Agency कौन होता है? वो जो हमारे लिए काम करे, right? तो एजेंसी, फोर्स इज नथिंग बट एजेंसी. वो एजेंसी कुछ भी हो सकता है. इट कैन बी अ पुश और अ पुल. जब आप पुश या पुल करते हो, जो भी करते हो, इट विल लीड टू motion, right? So external force is really important to change the state. अच्छा, अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं क्या हर कोई केस में force is responsible for motion, क्या हर कोई केस में force motion create करेगा? नहीं. एक एग्जाम्पल है जिसमें force आप लगा रहे हो बट स्टिल वो मूव नहीं कर रहा. सपोज when there is a balanced force. सपोज एक ब्लॉक है और दोनों साइड से दो इंसान जो कि सेम अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स लगा रहे हैं. सपोज यहाँ पर 20 न्यूटन लगा रहे हैं और यहाँ पर भी 20 न्यूटन. तो अगर सेम अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स लग रहा है एक ब्लॉक के ऊपर, तो ऑफकोर्स जो ब्लॉक है वो मूव नहीं होगा. क्यों नहीं होगा? बिकॉज इट वॉज बैलेंस्ड फोर्स, और बैलेंस्ड फोर्स क्या करेगा? एक दूसरे को कैंसल आउट करेगा. लेट्स डिस्कस वन मोर एग्जाम्पल. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक ब्लॉक है, सेम एग्जाम्पल, एक ब्लॉक है और एक इंसान फोर्स लगा रहा है से 10 न्यूटन जितना फोर्स, ठीक है. और जो अर्थ है, जो ज़मीन है, वो आके एक और फोर्स एक्सर्ट करती है जो कि ऑपोजिंग फोर्स होता है, राइट? तो ऑपोजिंग फोर्स का नाम क्या होता है? फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स, राइट? सपोज फ्रिक्शन फोर्स जो लग रहा है वो ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू जितना आप लगा रहे हो. तो इफ फ्रिक्शन फोर्स इज मोर देन द अप्लाइड फोर्स, क्या होगा? The block will not move at all. Why? Because the force of friction was really high and the applied force was less, so the object will be at rest, it will not change its state. So how will you define properly the qualitative definition of force? That force is an agency which is a push or a pull which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line. So this is the force, and Newton's first law of motion gives the qualitative definition of force. Some of the few examples which are based on inertia of rest. Okay, the first one is what happens when the horse suddenly starts moving. The horse rider who is sitting on the horse, he will be fall backward. Why he will be fall backward? Because the lower part of the body, which was at rest, it comes into motion. But the upper part of the body is still at rest. So it is still at rest. Why it is at rest? Because due to inertia of rest. So we'll of course try to maintain the state of rest. So the lower part of the body which comes into motion and the upper part of the body which remains at rest. So there is unbalance of the state. So due to this reason, the horse rider, he will be falling backward when the horse suddenly starts moving forward. Okay. Second example is what happens when a carpet is beaten with a stick. What happens? Suppose if you beat a carpet, okay, it will move forward, okay, but the dust particles which are there in the carpet, it remains at rest because it was already at rest. So it will try to maintain its state of rest due to inertia of rest. So the dust particles will come off and the carpet will be clean. another example which are based on inertia of rest. Okay, suppose you take a tumbler, okay, and you place a cardboard over the tumbler, and you have a coin, say 2 rupee coin, you just place it. Okay, what happens when you suddenly pull that card? That coin will be falling into the tumbler. Why that coin will be falling into the tumbler? Because the coin was at rest, right? Because the cardboard was at rest. So both are at rest with each other. But when you suddenly pull a card, it comes into motion. But the coin which was placed on the cardboard, it was still as at rest. And the reason for the coin to be at rest was due to inertia of rest, because it will try to maintain its state of rest, and that is why the coin falls into the tumbler. So these were the examples which are based on inertia of rest. Hope this was really helpful. Inertia of rest and the inertia topic is very easy if you understand it properly with proper examples. You know, learning becomes easy, or the concepts become easy when you relate it with something, or when you do it with some examples, because examples make it so clear for you, right? And the question which I asked in the previous video was that why athlete runs for a while after completing the running race. That means after crossing that winning point, he still runs for a while. He maintains its state of motion. Why? The reason is due to inertia of motion. Due to inertia of motion, he maintains its state of motion because he was having so high intensity of motion to win the running race, right? So because he is in motion and he is very intensified in his motion, so he will continue his motion, because he cannot he cannot stop at that point. If he suddenly stops at the ending point, he will of course be injured, right? So he maintained his state of motion due to inertia of motion, just to avoid injuries. Okay, so that was the answer of the question. Hope this was really helpful. And inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction, all these are related to the daily, day-to-day activities which you see all over, or the events which are there all around the world. So it's very easy to relate it with the physics concepts, and learning is fun. It's not very boring, or it's not very tough thing to do. It's a fun. Put some question for this video, and I really want answer in the comment section, so please do answer if you really want to make learning so fun and make physics fun, because physics is really fun. The question is, what happens when we shake the branch of a tree which is having fruits in it? What happens? Of course, you know, it falls down, right? But the question is, why it falls down when you shake the branches of the tree? So let me know the answers in the comment section really soon. Ta-da! Bye! This video is ending.